Name of David Bennett. David Bennett.
My question is to the Minister of Finance. What will be the main focus of budget 2013?
Did the members not hear that? Could the member please use the hand? Order. Honourable Bill English.
Today I announced that Budget 2013 will be delivered on Thursday the 16th of March. It will continue the government's prudent management of the economy as we move from recession to recovery. It will focus on 4 priority areas: responsibly managing the government's finances, building a more competitive economy to encourage businesses to grow and employ, delivering better public services and continuing the rebuilding of Christchurch.
Point of order, Honourable Trevor Mallard. Okay. We thank the member for his point. I think the correction is made. Supplementary question.
Supplementary question to the Minister. Why is controlling government expenditure an important part of the budget?
Honourable Bill English.
Speaker, because between 2000 and 2009, core Crown expenditure jumped from $35 billion to $64 billion. An increase of 84%. If we had stuck with that rate of spending, Treasury forecast that government would now be spending well over $80 billion per year. In fact, we are spending currently around $73 billion, and government expenditure as a proportion of GDP is dropping from 35% of the economy to 31% over the next 3 or 4 years, at the same time as holding government expenditure. We are improving public services and getting better results for the public.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, David Bennett.
How will government policies help increase job opportunities?
Honourable Bill English.
Government policies are supporting businesses in times where it is difficult to create new jobs. Job growth occurs when employers and businesses and government have sufficient resources to invest and the confidence to hire a new employee. It is a product of both foreign and domestic investment, and we will focus on continuing, as we have done for the last 4 years, to create the best environment we can for businesses to make the decision to invest and employ.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, David Bennett.
What progress is the government making in its economic plan?
Well, Mr. Speaker,
Honourable Bill English.
Despite the fact that conditions remain tough, we are continuing to make moderate progress. We would expect to see the economy grow at an average of around 2% in real terms. New Zealanders are saving more. Exports are continuing to grow. Interest rates are at a 50-year low, and real wages continue to grow. And at the same time, we're getting on with the rebuilding of Christchurch. Compared to many other developed economies, New Zealand is doing pretty well.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you. To the Minister, given his statement in Select Committee this morning that the New Zealand economy is training for a triathlon, is the triathlon that New Zealanders are taking part of under his government? Firstly, they're working long hours for low pay. Secondly, they're losing their jobs due to the high Kiwi dollar. And then thirdly, they're making the Trans-Tasman Dash.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the member may recall the context for that remark was his proposition that we should get printing money to fix all our problems. And I explained to him that the economies where They are doing that like a patient on a table in the emergency room where they're trying to decide what kind of respirator to give them. And compared to that, New Zealand is like the person outside training for a triathlon. That is, we are in much better shape than economies like the UK and Europe, and that is why we are not adopting the members' silly policies.
Supplementary.
Further supplementary, Dr Russell Norman.
Is the Minister confident that his neoliberal policy agenda is very successful in light of the fact that New Zealand is now approaching a 6.5% current account deficit under Treasury's own estimates, when he promised that he would rebalance the economy, and that we currently have a record high unemployment that hasn't been this high since his party was last in government?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the member points to a number of real challenges for the economy. New Zealand has a 30-year history of current account deficits. We believe we're making some progress, but it will take time to make that progress. But there's no problem that he has come up with which will be fixed by cranking up the Greens photocopier and printing money.
Question number 2, Leader of the Opposition, David Shearer.
Speaker,